Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Data Dispatch. I hope you guys are having a great day. What we're seeing right now in the market is a little bit of uncertainty that's starting to go across the major indexes after we have the Fed, Jerome Powell, coming out here saying that interest rates will likely need to stay elevated due to the inflation that is continuing to rise across the economy. We're going to be taking a look into this, what this could mean for the future of PLTR, and really after we had the announcement date for the actual earnings, that's going to be May 6th post-market now, what things that we need to look forward here in the next few weeks. Now, if you are a new or a returning viewer, hit that like button, subscribe for daily videos, and of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm collecting all the data and dispatching it to you. If we take a look over here, looking at PLTR, closing right here at 2188, basically consolidating on the day and up just slightly in the after hours. It's actually doing a decent job holding down here at this 2150 area where we have seen this reversal triggered here at 2130, and you can see right here a little bit of support has been tested. One thing that we can have that's a little more uncertain right here, if we continue to see a pullback in the market, we could be testing this $20 level of support, and we do not want to get into this gap area. However, if we do see any type of correction, that could be a dollar cost average opportunity for people looking to lower their costs or enter in at a cheaper position. Toggling over here, looking to the options, what we do have for PLTR is a little bit of bullishness that's expected for end of the week expirations. We see calls at the 22 and the 22.5 strike price that are both above 10,000. And if we quickly look over here, talking about what we're seeing is that the Dow Jones, and we're also seeing the NASDAQ and the other major indexes like the S&P 500, all down here a little bit. Dow Jones is actually just slightly in the green, but down and basically consolidating, like I said, as the market basically took a pause as Powell had basically gave a warning saying that interest rates may need to stay elevated, and this was really bringing in a choppy afternoon. And this is what we've been sitting with all year. One of the big things that we do need to realize is last November when we had the first announcement that they were going to stop increasing those interest rates was that the Fed was and the market was predicting about 6 to 7 rate cuts for 2024. We are now basically over a quarter of the way through 2024, and we have not seen one single rate cut. And the next round of those decisions, the probability of those rate cuts is continuing to dwindle as we're seeing inflation that is still rising, and also we're seeing these treasury yields that are at some of the all-time high rates that we have seen, in addition with oil prices that are continuing to increase. So a big question is, what does this mean for PLTR, especially falling here into the AI category, which is more speculative in nature, however, it has a big demand behind it. As we've seen, companies usually report about over a 3x savings in efficiency and cost when they start to incorporate AI into their businesses. So this is a great win-win scenario for PLTR. Talking about PLTR and really what a favorable case is going here and evolving for the sector is the fact that they're continuing to grow on the commercial sector revenue, and that we've already seen an increase here, and it grew 32%, which is a whopping and historical number here in quarter 4, with that commercial revenue that was soaring over 70%. Now, this has really been a big successor, and one of the biggest catalysts for PLTR recently that we've talked about, and I want to mention again, is the AIP and AIP Bootcamp. The fact that people and possible clients can test their software for completely free and have that opportunity to find a use case within their business in the matter of just 5 days. Another big catalyst here, I think, is this critical partnership that Palantir has recently announced in terms of getting involved into the private sector, and that is with Oracle right here, where Palantir's AI and AI acceleration platforms, they are going to be deployed across all of Oracle's distributed cloud platform. Now, the reason why I say I think this is a big catalyst for PLTR is because Oracle's cloud platform, I would agree here with this article, is growing quickly, and it really should be a big growth driver for Palantir. So that goes back into our price right here. If we continue to see PLTR smash another set of earnings after May 6th post-market, will we see the testing of this 52-week year-to-date high at this 2750? Are the areas of the $30 price zones, are those logical to talk about? And of course, that does come with PLTR and one of its biggest criticisms that we'll get to here in just a few moments. But one thing here that Arnie posted on Twitter that I really did agree with and I really liked here, talking about the new clients that they had last quarter, was 45. And will Q1 sign a new record? I think they will. And that is because we are continuing to see a lot of these customers and contracts and partnerships become public, not just in the governmental side of things, but also in the commercial side of things. And even with the governmental, even though revenue has slightly decreased, still making some very critical partnerships, such as the Titan partnership, and many different collaborations. Now, the main things that are bearish for PLTR, we'll talk about that right now, is the global macroeconomic situation. Like I said, inflation is still continuing to rise. That is something that we need to be considerate of. And also, we have Mid-East tensions right now. There's big global macro effects that could affect the economy in a big general way. Speculative stocks like more AI stocks and PLTR right now, that does trade at a high valuation. That is a fact. However, we talked about the justification for that can come crashing down at any time. And with the technical pattern that has been sitting here for the last few months is at a head and shoulders pattern, which is typically a bearish type of scenario that you can see being set up here. However, one thing that I do appreciate for PLTR is it's actually holding this neckline pretty well. And I think if it can, that'll just further continue to formulate a strong foundational support level at these low 20s, which can be incredibly important if we do see any type of large swing in the market. One thing that is really keeping me bullish for PLTR is the fact that their earnings per share revisions are still continuing to increase in the bullish direction, and we're seeing earnings per share right now at 8 cents. This can be really another historical quarter earning revenue for PLTR, and if it is, that valuation is likely going to stay high. As I always say, that is always a future gauge of how valuation and what people are willing to pay for a premium on a stock price. We're continuing to see PLTR trading right here at a price to earnings of 87.60. And if you guys want to know, I get all this critical data from Seeking Alpha. I'm an affiliate partner with them. If you want 20% off of the premium membership to get all of this data, make sure you check out the affiliate link down below. But that's where we really do sit right now. Looking at where we're sitting at this neckline, we could see a lot of volatility, especially with earnings coming up here in the next few weeks. People will be expecting the index and the volatility index, specifically around PLTR, to continue to increase. So if people are sitting on the sidelines, if people are looking for short-term trading here, looking to make quick profits, that could be a time because people are going to be trading off the hype, the hopium, and just the trendiness around earnings. This can be big. Options are going to start to get expensive, and it'll be interesting to see what happens here within the next few days. Maybe we'll get more action tomorrow. We'll be keeping you guys up to date. Of course, thank you guys for watching. Take care and have a great day. Data Dispatch out.